This is my reader, Brother Kevin. We're coming to you on behalf of the Vineyard of Israel. In the name of the Most High Yah, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, with a message today. And that message is entitled, The Word and War Against Slothfulness. Let me say that again. The Word and War Against Slothfulness. The Word and War Against Slothfulness. All right? We're going to find out today how I feel about slothfulness, because it seems like everywhere you go, this is the new norm. Everybody is lazy. People do the bare minimum, right? Nobody wants to work for anything anymore. We just in a society that pretty much trains you and breeds you to be lazy and slothful. Right? They do it subconsciously. You grow up not even realizing that you've taken on this trait. Right? So there is a word against it, though. And this word is good for our use so that we can wage war against this trait. Right? Because it's time to fight back. It's time to fight back. So we're going to find out what slothfulness is and how the Most High feels. We're just going to go on and say the Most High hate it. Right, he loved diligence, and he have a word against slothfulness. So what is slothful?
Come on.
What is it? It's pretty much in one word. It's lazy or laziness, right? Disinclined to action or labor. You're not inclined to work. You're not inclined to action. You rather sit on your hands and talk about what coulda, woulda, and shoulda be, right? Because this is where we have so many people with so much potential, right? What is potential? Quick definition: it exists in possibility. That's it. It's not a reality. It only exists in possibility. It's always possible. So this is how you have so many people that never live up to their potential. It's not a realization, right? It's capable of development in inactivity. Right? It's not actual. Capable of development in actuality, capable of development into actuality. So you had a capability to develop whatever thought it is or whatever idea it is, but you never end up doing it. So your potential is never realized. So it only exists in the realm of possibility. Right? And this is what we have everywhere you go, everywhere you look. Right? So we want to fight against it, just like the Most High warned us to. Right? Let's open up in Proverbs 6, verse 6. You can't even get good service anymore today.
No.
People do the bare minimum. Go get your little French fries. They don't even put ketchup in your bag no more. You know what they say? Oh, I forgot. It's everybody's excuse, though. Oh, I forgot. No matter what it is. Oh, I forgot. That's because you're lazy. You've just been trained and you've just adopted that as that trait as your reality. And truth be told, you like it because it's easy. That's not how the Most High is. That's not how he demands his people to be. All right? Let's open up in Proverbs 6 and 6. We need to start hearkening to the principles of the book because they work.
Come on.
That's why some sinners make it. Because they adopt the principles of the book. It's the word. It works. The principles are eternal. Verse 6. Hearken to the scripture.
Go to the ant.
Who?
Thou sluggard.
People get offended already.
Mm-hmm.
You just slothful. What else you want them to call you? All right, this already let you know the Most High don't like it. Go to the ant. Look, he telling you to get wisdom or get understanding about how the ant operates if you're lazy. Go ahead.
Consider her ways.
You know what? People that's lazy, they never want to realize that they lazy. Is that the truth?
That's the truth.
Yeah. They always know better than everybody else. The Bible tell you that. They're wiser than 7 men that can render a reed. That's what it's going to tell us. Because they just want to talk and learn. Maybe not even learn, but the point is they don't want to do. Right? When we have a universal law, and that law is whatever a man sow, that's what he reap. That's the plants are set up that way, the animals. Right? It's just how the world works. Right? So we got to get out of this funk. Go ahead.
And be wise.
And you see that? And be wise. What?
Which having no guide.
So he asking you, he telling you or he informing you, instructing you to go to the ant. And not only they say, consider her ways that you may be wise. In other words, it's something you can learn from them ants. What is it? Go ahead.
Which have no guide. Overseer.
So they have no king pretty much, or they have no overseer. Look, they don't need nobody standing over them.
Come on.
Telling them everything to do every step of the way. Like, that's how people are. Why you didn't do that? Oh, you didn't tell me. No initiative, man. Like, when people take initiative, that's because they're thinking. Right? Somebody that's unconscious, that's a slugger. You don't have to think. You have to wait on somebody to tell you. Right? We got to get out of this habit. It's terrible. Go ahead and read.
Or ruler. Provided her meat in summer.
Yeah, still work to provide her meat in the summer. For what reason?
And gathereth her food in the harvest.
Then she may gather when it's time to harvest. So she ain't going to lack. All right, so she works. It's about, you see action?
Yes.
The ant is about that action. You don't need nobody standing over it, telling it what to do. Right? He said, have no God, no king, yet and still they prefer in the summer that they may gather in the harvest. Go ahead.
9. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard?
12 o'clock every day. This the Bible, y'all. Oh, this is the Bible. How long will you sleep, O sluggard? When you sleep, you unconscious. When you unconscious, it's just like you're dead.
Come on.
Right? So even the positive things that you touch and that you do, they don't take life like they could because you put minimum effort into them. Because you have a sluggard's mentality. And the only way to get rid of it is to constantly work and to constantly be conscious of the fact that, man, I've been doing bare minimum. I'm lazy. It's a hard pill to swallow. Go to the ant. Go ahead. How long will you sleep, O sluggard?
When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep?
Tomorrow. Go ahead.
Yet a little sleep, a little slumber.
What happened?
A little folding of the hands to sleep.
What happened?
So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth.
Look at that. He said, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands, so shall your poverty come upon you. Why? Because this is going to be your habit. I'm just going to take me a little nap. A little nap taken to a long rest. Guess what happens? You do this, you repeat the cycle day after day. So guess what happens to you? Poverty comes upon you. As one that travaileth is in trouble. Go ahead.
And thou want as an armed man.
Yeah, and you want, but you in lack. Because you wouldn't work for what you want. What verse?
That was 11.
Okay, that's good. Let's go over. We're going to put most of the time in Proverbs, right? But let's go to the 10th chapter of Proverbs. So we'll pick it up at verse 1. Go ahead.
The Proverbs of Solomon.
Who is that?
A wise son. Make it a glad father.
You see that? Wisdom is one thing we can use against, as a device against slothfulness. A wise son make the father glad. Go ahead.
But a foolish son is the heaviness of his mother.
That's the truth. A foolish son, foolish daughter, they're going to bring grief. They're going to bring grief. Go ahead.
Treasures of wickedness profit nothing,
Mm-hmm.
but righteousness delivered from death.
You see that? Come on.
The Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish.
That's the truth. He protect his own. All you got to do is get busy. Show him, put the first foot forward, and then he'll help you. A lot of times we don't put the first foot forward, and then expect him to help you. Do all the work. Man, you got to do something too. Come on with it.
But he casted away the substance of the wicked.
Right. See that? Go ahead.
He becometh poor that dealeth with the slack hand.
You see that? If he become poor that dealeth with a slack hand. Even when you work, it's not of good quality. It's not of good grade. You just do just enough to get by. Slacker is what we call them over here today. You got, once again, potential, right? But it never is realized. Go ahead. What verse? That's 6?
End of 4.
Okay, go ahead.
But the hand of the diligent make it rich.
You see that? The hand of the diligent make it rich. So diligence is the opposite of slothfulness. Diligent, they're going to keep going. They're going to keep working. They're going to find another way. This don't work. Okay, I found another. I see what I did. Maybe I might have to work twice as hard. Either way it go, I'm going to keep going until I get that what I was seeking after. Mm-hmm. Right? Go ahead.
5. He that gathereth in summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame.
Go back to the ant. Mm-hmm. Right? He that sleepeth in summer is a cause of shame. Right? Go. That's why I tell you, go back to the ant and be wise. What verse?
6.
Go ahead.
Blessings are upon the head of the just.
That's the truth. So the blessings, the Most High can help you. Come on.
But violence covereth the mouth of the wicked.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Let's get a quick example. Let's go to Matthew, the 25th chapter. We're coming back to Proverbs. Let's see how the Most High feel about, because we was reading wickedness. Let's see if it's mingled in a little bit with slothfulness. Matthew 25. Verse 14. Hearken to the scripture.
For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants,
right,
and delivered unto them his goods.
Yes.
And unto one he gave 5 talents.
So he putting them in. He trusts them. Right. He leaving his goods. He leaving his possessions in their possession. Right. So he gave one 5 talents.
To another 2.
Yes.
To another 1. To every man according to his several ability.
See, everybody got ability to do something. And he divided the talents up accordingly. Right? Go ahead.
And straightway took his journey.
And then he left. Go ahead.
Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them other 5 talents.
You see that? Traded. Action word.
Got busy.
Right? He put his feet to the concrete. Right, come on.
17.
Yes, sir.
And likewise,
what happened?
He that had received 2, he also gained other 2.
That's right. So they going to work. Right? They in the business. Go ahead.
But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth. And
wonder why the Lord gave him 1 anyway. Because he said he divided it up as every man's ability, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now he got 1. And what did he do? Let's see if he was faithful with his.
And digged in the earth. And
man, you know what this reminds me of? Man, I gave you 1 job to do. 1 job only. Disappointment. Cause of shame. He digged in the earth, and what happened?
And hid his Lord's money.
Look at that. This is what you do to your talent. Hid his Lord's money. He had potential. He had ability. But he ain't had no drive.
No diligence.
He didn't have no diligence. See, the Lord gave you, when he give you a gift, diligence can triple it, while laziness can cripple it.
I know it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It's the truth.
It is.
Yeah, ain't it wrong? Go ahead and read.
19.
So think about the Lord when he picked his apostles. You know what I'm saying? Guess what he did? He picked somebody that was some fishermen. Somebody that was used to going out and putting their hand to the plow, right? A doctor, right? He knew what he was doing, didn't he? And he had that one that was a thief. You know what about a thief? They lazy.
Slothful.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want to work. You rather take. And guess what happened to that thief?
Overcame.
His desire got the best of him. All right, go ahead and read.
19.
This is how serious it is. You think it's a joke? Go ahead.
After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoned it with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents.
Yes. So let's get that. Okay, go ahead.
Saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained besides them 5 talents more.
Yes.
His Lord said unto him,
What'd
well
he say?
done,
Yes.
thou good and faithful servant.
You see what he likened it to? Well done. Diligence, good, and faithful. That's what he's looking for, faithfulness. All right, come on.
Thou hast been faithful over very few things.
What you gonna do?
I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
Yeah, let's drop down. So the other one did likewise, right? Let's go to verse 24. Go ahead.
Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee, that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed.
Yeah, if you knew that, you should have got to it. Come on.
And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast, that is thine.
Yep. No, nothing extra. What you gave me, you
That's
have
it.
it back. Right, go ahead.
His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant.
What?
Thou wicked and slothful servant.
They go together. Wicked and slothful. This is how you feel about it. This is why we're going over it. So this is the word and the war against slothfulness. It's wicked. You say wicked and slothful servant. What?
Thou knewest that I reap where I sow not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received mine own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him and give it unto him which had 10 talents.
And then you know what? There come the hatred. After that, there comes the hate. The hatred flows. We just showing you the Most High. This is how he feel. He loves diligence. He hates laziness and slothful. And these are habits that we have adopted, especially in the younger generation, the youth. Right? We have to plant better seeds because they're gonna be the ones ruling over us in a minute. But now, if you're not lawful and lazy and slothful, it's almost open season for you out here. Ooh, you can almost take over the world now. I'm just saying. Go ahead and read. Is that it?
That was the end of 28.
Okay, no, that's it. Let's go back to Proverbs. We're just getting that out of the scripture. All right, let's go to Proverbs 13. Nobody don't like these kind of lessons. But they have principles.
Come
It's
on.
very, very urgent in this day
Yes,
for us
sir.
to take hold on. And urgent for us to dismiss. Right? See, what people do, they find out they lazy, they have to correct it for a day. No, you got to make it a habit, a pattern. Just like you made it a pattern to pick up laziness, you have to make it a pattern to correct that stuff.
Come on.
And if you don't,
Overcome you.
yeah, it's gonna get the best of you in the end. Proverbs 13, pick me up at verse 4. Go ahead.
The soul of the sluggard desireth and had nothing.
You see that? That's the truth. That's the truth. Go get her. Come on, Woo-Woo.
She won't say hello.
Say hello to the camera. It's live and direct at the Vineyard of Israel. Pastor love the kids. Take care.
The soul of the sluggard desireth and had nothing.
That's the truth. They always talking. You know what they be talking about? What they want and what other people got. That's it. It's time. When is gonna be your time to shine?
What they can do.
Right? And every talking about what we can do, or what you should do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? No, what you should do. Right? So he always have a desire, a want, but he say you have what?
Nothing.
Exactly. Come on.
But the soul of the diligent shall be made fat.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
People think that people just getting stuff just because.
Right.
All right, he said the soul of the diligent shall be what?
Made fat.
See, the Lord can help them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go a little bit further. Let's pick it up at Proverbs 19. We're going to get a whole lot of one verses. Proverbs 19. Pick it up at verse 14. Go ahead.
House and riches are the inheritance of
You
fathers.
see that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And a prudent wife is from the Lord.
That's the truth. Go ahead.
Slothfulness casted into a deep sleep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
A deep sleep is like being...
Dead.
Said slothful cast into a deep sleep. And
An idle soul shall suffer hunger.
look, the Most High made every man with the same tools. 2 ears, 2 eyes, a mouth, a nose, 2 hands, and 2 feet. It's no reason. We got too many distractions. What else?
16. He that keepeth the commandment keepeth his own soul.
Yeah.
But he that despiseth his ways shall die.
Okay, that's good. Let's go to the 24th proverb. 24th chapter Proverbs. Pick it up at verse 33. Verse 32. Oh, no.
33.
No, let's go 30. Go ahead.
I went by the field of the slothful,
Mm.
and by the vineyard of the man, void of understanding.
What happened?
And-
See? Got to get that understanding so we can be wise.
Yes.
Right? Go ahead.
And lo,
Mm-hmm.
it was all grown over with thorns and nettles.
He thought somebody else was going to do it for him. Come cut his grass. You can't pay him. Go ahead.
And nettles had covered the face thereof,
Mhm.
and the stone wall thereof was broken down. Then I saw and considered it well. I looked upon it and received
He
instruction.
said, I received instruction. When I saw this sight, I received instruction. Go ahead.
Yet a little sleep,
Mm-hmm.
a little slumber,
Mhm.
a little folding of the hands to sleep.
Yes.
So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed
You
man.
read that a while ago, didn't you?
Yep.
A little sleep. Let me sleep just a little bit longer. Hit that alarm clock. Snooze. Let me snooze some more, right? You got to get out of these habits. All right, there's no reason for us to be bare minimum in our effort, bare minimum with our soul, bare minimum with anything. All right, these things that the Most High give us is a gift, right? Life, your family, your people, this stuff is a gift. Everybody need to play their part. Society, right? They breed in slothfulness. Right? Don't take hold. Don't fall for the trick. Don't fall in the trap, in the snare. All right? Do better. Proverbs 20.
Come on.
Verse 4. Go ahead.
The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg.
It's just an analogy to show you that he always got an excuse. Why it won't work? Why it won't put forth effort? It's the effort, y'all. He always got an excuse. And he think his excuse is sufficient. But it's not. That's the stuff they call shame. What You don't understand. You're building your name. When you finish this, go to Proverbs 22. Go ahead.
Therefore shall he beg and harvest and
See
have
that?
nothing.
Beg, a beggar. Therefore shall he beg and harvest and have nothing, because he won't work. Proverbs 22 and 1. Proverbs 22, verse 1. This is what we got to realize we're building. 22 and 1. Go ahead and read.
A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and love and favor rather than silver and gold.
That's the truth. A good name, your reputation lies on what you do. Right? If you're a sloth, we're going to know it. Everybody going to know it. It ain't just your immediate circle, but everybody's going to know it. You're going to leave a trail. Right? But you got to think. He said a good name is better than silver and gold. That's your reputation. Everybody don't have $1 million, but everybody can put forth effort. I remember I was listening to Ray Lewis. He did a motivational speech. He said, I knew I wasn't the fastest. He said, I knew I wasn't the strongest. He said, but I knew one thing would get me seen. He said, that's effort. He said, effort. He said, I ain't going to let nobody outwork me. That's effort. And man, that's somebody who wants something, who puts their hand to the plow to get it.
Determination.
We ain't worried about trying to do things perfectly. We just trying to do things the best we can.
Come on.
We let God help us the rest of the way. This man made the Hall of Fame off of effort.
Diligent.
Yeah. Refuse to be in lack. Right? Oh yeah, you finished that? Yeah. Ecclesiastes 10. Ecclesiastes 10. If a man is not diligent with the little, there's no way he's gonna be diligent with much.
Come on.
If he's not diligent with other people's stuff, he's not gonna be diligent with his own.
Squandered.
Exactly. Verse 18. Go ahead.
By much slothfulness, the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands, the house droppeth through.
See that? He said by much slothfulness. Told you become habitual. By much sloth. What happened? He said the building decay. Who is the building? You're the building. Whatever life you're building. He said decay. And through idleness, the house what?
Drop it through.
Exactly. The house drop it through much idleness. Right? Let's see something different. Proverbs 14.
Snoop.
Proverbs 14. Verse 1. Go ahead.
Every wise woman builded her house, but the foolish plucked it down with her hands.
You see that? Who built a house?
The wise.
The wise. Right. They build it. What the foolish do?
Pluck it down.
Pluck it down. Slothfulness, laziness. That's foolishness. All right. Proverbs 24. Let's see how a house is built. Verse 3. Go ahead.
Through wisdom is an house builded, and by understanding is it established.
You see that? Through wisdom is what? A house built. And by what?
Understanding.
Understanding.
Is it established?
That's why the monk is go to the ant to get understanding. This is how the house is established, right? Proverbs 26. Verse 12. Oh, verse 13, excuse me. Verse 26, verse
13.
Yes. Go ahead.
The slothful man said, there is a lion in the way. A lion is in the streets.
Look, lion just representing obstacles or difficulties. Right? Everybody know if a lion in the street, you all gonna be in trouble. But the point is, they just be overcome by the difficulty. They rather not even try to attack the difficulty.
Come on.
They rather just accept the defeat. without putting forth any effort
Give in to fear.
or giving any and all excuses. Like I said, giving in to fear, right? Without even trying. There's a lot excuses. It says there's a line in the street. Go ahead.
14.
Mm-hmm.
As the door turneth upon its hinges, so doth the slothful upon his bed.
Is that the
Wow.
truth? Is that that's Bible. That's the truth, ain't it?
Wow.
That's the truth. Go ahead and read.
15. The slothful hideth his hands in his bosom.
Yeah.
It grieveth him to bring it again to his mouth.
Yep.
Mm.
No work.
The sluggard is wiser in his own conceits than 7 men that can render a reason.
You see that? That's why he always talking. He the smartest one in the group all the time, but he never does any work. He ain't full of potential, right? Unrealized gains. Huh? He wiser in his own eyes than 7 wise men that can render a reason. And you know by wisdom the house is built.
Right.
By much idleness, slothfulness, the house decayed. So the wise, the sluggard is wise in his own eyes, wiser than 7 men that can render a reason. That's terrible. You rather just listen. Don't talk about it. Be about it. If you can't talk, if you can't walk it, don't talk it. That's the truth.
Come on.
That's it. Ancient knowledge. Knowledge passed down from the ancients. Just do something, anything. Go ahead.
17.
Oh, no, that's good. That's you already read 16?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go to Proverbs 19.
As the hinge turn.
Yeah, that was a good one. Proverbs 19, verse 24. Go ahead.
A slothful man hideth his hands in his bosom, and will not so much as bring it to his mouth again.
Proverbs 21. That's the truth. Proverbs 21. Verse 25. That's terrible. He don't even want to feed himself. That's the example. I mean, that's real lazy.
And his hands at his chest.
His hands already at his chest. Right. Verse 25. Go ahead.
The desire of the slothful killeth him.
You see that? He want all day long, but he won't do nothing to try to attain. Go ahead.
For his hands refuse to labor.
Look, can your hands labor on their own without your mind? Oh. That laziness starts in your mind. What you say again?
The desire of the slothful killeth him. For his hands refuse to labor.
What else?
He covereth greedily all the day long, but the righteous giveth and spareth not.
Yeah, that's because they don't work diligently and they have to give. All right? He said, but a slothful man, he covered it all day long. He covered it greedily all day long. All right? This is what the Bible is telling you. You don't work, you don't eat. You reap what you sow. Right? Ecclesiastes, the 9th chapter. Verse 10. Go ahead.
Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do,
Mm-hmm.
do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest.
Just talk about it.
No, sir.
Talk about it. What kind of work or what you could do in your field.
Do it with thy might.
That's the truth. That's how the Most High, man, what you do with all your might. Be the best of your ability, right? Colossians 3, verse 23. Colossians 3, verse 23. That's what the Most High like. Diligence. Put your hand to the plow. Do something. And whatever you find to do, he said, do it with all your might. Verse 23. Go ahead.
And whatsoever ye do, Do it heartily, as to the Lord, and not unto men.
You see that? Whatever you do it with your whole heart, as you doing it to the Lord, and not with me, because He gonna want to give you that ability. He give you that body, that mind, right, and that talent.
You represent.
Right. So whatever you do it like you're doing it to the Lord. Maybe that'll help. All right? Let's try that. 2 Thessalonians 3. Oh, it's just 10. 2 Thessalonians 3, verse 10. Go ahead. This the apostles now. Watch how they walked. Go ahead.
For even when we were with you, this we commanded
What?
you,
Yeah.
that if anyone
This we commanded who?
you,
Yeah.
that if
It's the vice of the apostles, right? Where they get
Right.
it from? The scriptures, right? The Lord. What they command them?
that if any would not walk,
No?
neither should he eat.
No, if
Work.
anyone, yeah.
Excuse
You
me.
think of Chinese food, yeah. But go,
If any would not work,
yes.
neither should he eat.
That's the truth. That's only fair.
Yeah.
All right? If you don't think enough about yourself to get up and work, you shouldn't be expected to eat. That's what men do now. Sit on the couch and eat cereal and play video games while their wife work. Right? That's terrible. Right? We got to do better than that as a community. Hey, these days are over with, y'all.
Yeah,
It's
for
time out for all this. That stuff is old and dead.
Come on.
And it's all it's doing is breed more death.
Come on.
Right, then you want ultimate respect. Come on now. Respect is earned, not given. Boys, I always want something given. Get up and earn it. Do something. All right, watch this. 1 Timothy 5 and 8. It's time out for playing. Been playing too long. That's why we keep getting behind and more behind as a community. And then I always talking about you in the Lord. Let's see. 1 Timothy 5 and 8. If the Bible be true, let every man be a lie. Go ahead.
Come on. But if any man provide not for his own,
sluggard.
yes,
Yeah.
especially for those of his own house,
The wise sluggard.
yeah,
He wiser than 7 men that can render a reason. Huh? If any, start at the top of that verse again.
but if any man
Anyway, go ahead.
a manny,
Keep going.
something else,
Yes.
and is worse than an infidel,
He said worse than a who?
infidel.
Non-believer. This slothful stuff serious. Being idle, that stuff is serious. It's a disease. Being lazy, that's a disease. It's plaguing the whole world right now.
Come on. Come on.
The Most High teach us diligence. And that's what we're going to go with. All right? For Proverbs 12 and 11. Handouts be what be killing us. Now, I know every kind of different situations arise, but I'm saying, if you healthy, and your brain, everything working right, man, you need to stop being lazy. Verse 11.
12 and 11. He that tilleth his land shall be satisfied with bread.
You see that? That's the truth. So think about what he said about when he went by the slothful man vineyard, how it was all
Thorns and nettles.
thorns and thistles and nettles and stuff grew all up. The grass all tall and big, right? He said, he that tilleth his ground shall be satisfied with his bread. That's the truth. Go ahead.
But he that followeth vain persons is void of understanding.
That's the truth. And we know how our house is built. With wisdom. Void of understanding, right? That's good. Proverbs 20 while we're here. Proverbs 20. A lot of time we don't realize we wasting what the Most High is giving. Now watch this, verse 29. Go ahead.
The glory of young men
Is what?
their strength.
Look at that. You done wasted all your strength being lazy. You young, why you supposed to get out and get it while you young and your mind is good and you know, full of ambition. But listen, that's your strength. You get out. That's like the ant working in the summertime so that he can reap the harvest when it's harvest time. Mm-hmm. Young men, your strength, your youth is your strength. Your superpower is your youth. And you sitting up here wasting it by being a sluggard. Mm-hmm. Right? You wasting your strength. You got to get out while everything is working right in the summer so that you can reap in the harvest like the ant. So the young man, his glory, you wasting your glory. It's your strength. Go ahead.
And the beauty of old men is the gray head.
That's why you need to hearken to understand, to instruction. Right? Get some wisdom. Get some fat on your head by the old schools.
They ain't gonna work.
Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right? Because they glory is their wisdom. Right? You hang around them, you can have some of their wisdom while you young and still in your strength.
Come on.
It's time to be diligent. That's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, everywhere you go, that's all you see. It's just sickening. Everybody is like they doing the bare minimum. It's time out. It was almost a light statement when I said if you diligent, you can rule the world right now. Mm-hmm. You say the diligent shall bear rule. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm gonna got a couple more. I'm gonna let you out. Watch this. Acts 17. Remember I said society is pretty much, it's been like this. Breeding laziness. See if you see some resemblance. Paul was in Athens, verse 21. Watch what he gonna say. Go ahead.
For all the Athenians and strangers which were there spent their time in nothing else.
What?
And nothing else.
They wasn't working?
Nothing else.
But
either to tell or to hear some new thing.
Is this not how society is today?
Social media.
Yeah, that's all you're doing is toting it on your phone. You got it real close. You spending all your time in nothing else but to hear something new or tell a matter. This is what's happening. So they breeding this. They breeding this slothfulness. You know why? Because they the diligent. They can rule over you. All I got to do is keep you sleep, slumber, in a slumber state, unaware. You won't have a drive to do nothing by the time you wake up. By the time you wake up, it's too late. I'm 3 football fields ahead of you. And then think about it. You got seeds that's coming after you. So what you do don't just affect you. It affects your seeds too. So what you inherit, that's what you're going to give to them. This is why it's not a joke. All right? This is why it's not a joke. Proverbs the 12th chapter. I only got a couple more. I'm going to let you out early today, but not tomorrow. Boy, as well. Proverbs 12. We got to get like the Most High. That's all I'm saying. Long story short. Proverbs 12. Verse 23. Go ahead.
A prudent man concealeth knowledge.
That's the wise man, that right? He concealeth knowledge, yes, sir.
But the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness.
What you think you be doing on your phone all day? Proclaiming foolishness. The foolishness you see, you speak it and share it with other people. Proclaiming foolishness. He said that's the heart of fools, is to proclaim more foolishness. They're giving you the heart of a fool. Because you own these devices, you ain't learning. You ain't using it for learning, edification. It's all to see what everybody else is doing. What's the funniest thing going? Crate towers. Foolishness. No, I'm just saying. Cinnamon challenge. Like, it's just ridiculous out here. Foolishness all day, every day.
That's the truth.
Yeah. And then we proclaiming it more and more. Man, chill out. Right? But look, go ahead.
24. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule.
That's the truth. Now, this is a principle. You can take this to the bank. Take it with you. Right? Even people that don't follow the Bible. It works. It's a universal principle. It's ancient knowledge. This is something he's observed and learned. That's why he can put it down on paper and write it in the Bible and it be truth. Truth. Because it works.
Come on.
So if you want something out of life, you got to be diligent. And no matter what area or arena it is, things don't just fall out the sky. Blessings don't just fall out the sky. Right? You got to have some works behind that faith. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but
the slothful shall be under tribute.
Exactly. And always going to be complaining. I ain't trying to hear all that complaining, man. Get up and change it. That's what we need to do. We got too many people sitting down, especially in our community. That's why we falling further and further behind.
Come on.
All right, nobody don't want to do anything anymore. Everybody passing they things off to the next, or we put it off to the next day. Procrastination. If you procrastinate constantly, you're lazy. Don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. We have to face these bad traits. All right? All right, watch this. Matthew 20. The Most High seen him standing idle. Let's see what he do. Matthew 20. Verse 1. Go ahead.
For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard.
So he got inheritance, right? He gonna hire him some workers. Yes.
And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace.
Look, he saw some standing idle. What you doing? All right, what happened?
And he said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way.
Look, Most High put them to work.
Yeah.
Huh? The keeper of the vineyard put them to work. You standing here idle, right? You standing here not doing it, slothful. Look, get to work. Most High put them to work, gave him a job. Go ahead.
Again he went out about the 6th and 9th hour.
What happened?
And did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing idle, and said unto them, Why standeth ye here all the day idle?
Look at that. How long?
All the day.
Hey, 11th hour. Right? He's like, why you standing here idle? Like, what's the problem? Go ahead.
They say unto him, Because no man hath hired us. He said unto them,
What'd he say?
Go ye also into the vineyard.
Get to work.
And whatsoever is right, that shall ye receive.
Did you see what he said? Go and get to work. Whatever's right, that's what you'll receive.
Read what you sow.
Yeah, right? Go ahead. Oh, that's good. That's all we needed there. Galatians, the 6th chapter. Galatians 6. Verse 7. Most High saw him idle. Get to work. Put your hands to the plow. Whatever's right, that's what you'll get. That's honest, right? Verse 6, go ahead. Hearken to the scripture.
6 and 6.
Yes.
Let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teacheth in all good things. Be not
being slothful is a good thing. It's a good lesson to learn. Right? Go ahead.
Be not deceived.
What you mean?
God is not mocked.
No.
For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
You see that? This works physically and spiritually. This is a universal law, universal code, a universal principle. You can't get around it. You can't usurp the system. Whatsoever man sow it. However your life is right now, you got to look at you. You got to look at the mirror. You got to look in the mirror. It starts with you. It ain't the person closest to you fault. It's your fault. Because whatever you sow, and I know the Most High ain't lying. Whatever you sow, that's what you're reaping. Right? Go ahead.
For he that soweth to his flesh
Look, even working in the spiritual realm too.
shall the flesh reap corruption.
That's the truth. But
He that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting.
that's the truth too. So it works in both realms. The physical world and the spiritual world. Right? I got a couple more. Let me read this 2 Thessalonians. I don't think I finished it. 2 Thessalonians 3. What verse did we stop at when we was here? 10. We stopped at 10, right? Yeah. So, huh? Yeah, let's read 10 again. I want to go to 12. When you get there, let me know.
I'm here.
Go ahead.
For even when we were with you, this we commanded you,
What you mean?
that if any would not work, neither should he eat.
That's only fair. That's only right. These apostles still commanding the same thing. Right? Go ahead.
For we hear that there are some which walk among you disorderly.
Now watch this. Because he said, we hearing about this. Some of them walking among you, they disorderly. What's disorderly? Go ahead.
Walking not at all.
Working not at all.
Excuse me.
That's disorderly?
Yeah, working not at all.
You can't get that walk or
I
that
know.
work right for that. Right? He said, doing what you say?
It's
Working
moving.
not at all. Yes.
But are busybodies.
Look at that. Spending all your time in other people's matters. Spending all your time but to find out what's the latest trend. What's going on, what's hot on social media. Right? That's how you spend your time. That's disorderly. And that's why your life reflects the disorderly. It's no accident. It's real life. And whatever you put into it is what you're getting out. All right, go ahead.
12. Now them that are such we command and exhort by our Lord Yeshua HaMashiach, that with quietness they work and eat their own bread.
You see that? Because what did the Proverbs say? And the Proverbs said, a man that till his own ground is satisfied with his bread. All right? Go ahead and get that last verse.
13. But ye, brethren, be not weary in well-doing.
That's the truth. So we're going to stop it right there. But the point is, it's time for us to wake up and realize how we're walking. It's time for us to put slothfulness and laziness to bed. It's time for us to get rid of that potential and start to make it a reality. And then do our best in whatever we do and let the Most High help us. But to make excuse before you try, that's lazy. That's just lazy. To do bare minimum or give minimum effort, that's what the servant did when he hid his talent in the sand.
Come on.
You give minimum effort or bare minimum, look, that ain't what we're doing no more. All right, it's time to change that. All right, so I hope we got something. I hope you found it kind of helpful. In Yeshua's name, amen and hallelujah. Thanks for your time. Hallelujah. Time to cut out that song.